I stand alone in my Austin apartment on Christmas night, surrounded by wrapped gifts I'll never send. The tree lights blink in slow rhythm, casting shadows across the hardwood floor. Outside, neighbors laugh and celebrate. In here, silence hangs like fog. My phone buzzes against the coffee table. Patricia's name flashes on the screen. "Is this your family's Christmas party? Looks amazing." Attached is an Instagram photo that stops my breath. My family who couldn't swing Christmas financially this year, gathered around a massive Douglas fir dripping with ornaments. Crystal champagne flutes catch the light. And there's Tessa, my younger sister, wrapped in a crimson dress that probably cost more than my monthly grocery budget. I zoom in, fingers trembling. Mom's pearl earrings, the ones she saves for special occasions. Dad's new sweater, the turkey centerpiece gleaming on Grandma's silver platter. The platter I helped polish every Thanksgiving until I moved away. They didn't cancel Christmas. They canceled me. The room tilts sideways. I sink onto the couch, scrolling through more photos. Aunt Dana raising a toast. Cousins I haven't seen in years. Even Uncle Robert made the trip from Florida. My throat burns as I pull up our family text thread from the 18th of December. "Hey, sweetie, we've decided to keep Christmas quiet this year. Just can't swing it financially. Hope that's okay, love you." And my response, so understanding. "Of course, Mom. Let me know if I can help with anything. Love you all." I glance at my modest tree, the one I decorated while playing Christmas classics. The simple stockings I hung for when they might visit someday. The homemade gifts I mailed last week, a waffle iron for Mom, wireless headphones for Tessa, that special bourbon for Dad. Gifts that probably arrived in time to sit unopened while they celebrated without me. Computer. Open banking app. My voice sounds hollow in the empty apartment. The screen illuminates my financial history. I scroll backward through time, watching the pattern emerge like a photograph developing in solution. $1,150 transferred to Dad's account on the 1st of every month. Rent. $290 to the insurance company for Dad's policy. $175 for the family phone plan I still manage. I keep scrolling. Emergency transfers pepper the timeline. $834 when Tessa's car needed repairs. $1,200 for Mom's dental work. $650 for Dad's medical bills. The names of my family members appear more often in my transaction history than my own purchases. I thought being dependable meant being loved. I whisper to the empty room. My fingers hover over the keyboard, typing and deleting responses to Patricia. What could I possibly say? My family pretended to cancel Christmas because they didn't want me there. Instead, I open a blank spreadsheet. Column headers take shape. Date, amount, recipient, purpose, notes. I work backward, meticulously documenting every dollar sent home since 2021. The numbers grow line by line, cell by cell. My breathing steadies with each entry, finding strange comfort in the cold precision of data. 3 hours later, I stare at the final tally. $37,800. Nearly $40,000 in less than 3 years. Money that could have been a house down payment, an emergency fund, a future. The tears that wouldn't come earlier now streak down my face, hot and silent, not sad tears, something fiercer. My phone buzzes again, Dad this time. "Briar, honey, hope you're having a good Christmas. Quick question, can you send next month's rent early? By the 28th if possible?" Unexpected expenses came up. No mention of their gathering, no explanation, just another request. I look at the spreadsheet, then back at the message. The Christmas tree lights reflect in my glasses as I make my first real decision in years. "This isn't revenge," I whisper, closing the spreadsheet and saving it as family support documentation. "This is clarity, this is math." I wipe my face and take a deep breath. My hands no longer shake when I pick up the phone to respond. For 32 years, I've been the reliable one, the fixer, the provider, the ATM with a pulse. Not anymore. The string lights blink in the silence as I begin typing my response. Outside, Christmas continues without me. In here, something new takes root. Something that feels suspiciously like freedom. The 26th of December arrives with steel gray skies and a chill that seeps through my apartment windows. I've barely slept, my eyes gritty from staring at the spreadsheet until 3 a.m. The Christmas tree still blinks in the corner, a cruel reminder of yesterday's revelation. My phone vibrates against the nightstand. Dad's name appears on screen. Briar, can you send $2,750 for January? Need it by Monday if possible. No mention of Christmas. No explanation. No acknowledgement of the Instagram photos that shattered my world just hours ago. Just another withdrawal request from the First National Bank of Briar. I set the phone down without responding and opened my laptop. The screen illuminates my face in the dim morning light as I begin a methodical search through old emails and text messages. A pattern emerges, pixel by pixel, undeniable in its clarity. The 4th of July weekend. We're keeping it small this year, sweetie. Money's tight. Thanksgiving. Just immediate family this time, you understand. Mom's birthday. We'll celebrate when you visit next month. Each message followed by social media evidence of gatherings I wasn't invited to attend. Each exclusion coincided with a financial request. Computer, open banking app, I commanded, my voice stronger than yesterday. A notification appears immediately. Unusual account activity detected. I click through security alerts. Multiple login attempts from an unfamiliar device. An iPad, still connected to my parents' home Wi-Fi. The iPad I gave Tessa 2 Christmases ago. For schoolwork, she'd insisted. My stomach twists into a knot. Not only have they been lying about family events, they've been monitoring my finances, tracking my salary increases, calculating exactly how much they could extract. I dig deeper, following digital breadcrumbs across platforms. My sister's TikTok account reveals a video from September. Tessa sprawled on our parents' couch, laughing with friends. Just scored free headphones from my ATM sister. She boasts, holding up the expensive wireless earbuds I'd sent for her birthday. The comments below are worse. Milk it, girl. Does she know how much those cost? Family Bank is the best kind. Aunt Dana's reply catches my eye. Our family checkbook strikes again. The room spins. I rush to the bathroom and splash cold water on my face. My reflection stares back, hollow-eyed and pale. When did I become the family ATM? When did generosity transform into exploitation? Next morning, my phone rings. James from work. I answer on the 3rd ring. You okay? You never miss team check-ins. I glance at the clock. 10:30 a.m. The morning meeting started 30 minutes ago. I didn't sleep all night, staring at the screen and making plans for the future. I'm not coming in today, I manage. Family situation. Anything I can help with? The kindness in his voice nearly breaks me. When was the last time someone asked what I needed? Actually, yes. You mentioned your brother's financial advisor. Does he know anything about financial entanglement with family? James doesn't hesitate. Come by my place after work, we'll call him together. I hang up and stare at my phone, weighing the consequences of my next move. Then I text Dr. Marshall, the therapist I started seeing after Dad's heart scare last year. Emergency session possible today? Her response arrives within minutes. 3:15 p.m., you're not alone in this. A knock at my door startles me. I peer through the peephole to find Eleanor, my elderly neighbor, holding a plate of cookies. Saw your lights on all night, she says when I open the door. Everything all right? Words fail me. Eleanor studies my face, then nods once. I didn't speak to my son for 12 years, she says quietly. Best decision I ever made. Some family ties are just rope burns waiting to happen. She presses the cookies into my hands and leaves without requiring a response. The simple kindness of a near stranger loosens something in my chest. My boss calls next. Take whatever time you need, Briar. Your projects are covered. 4 people. 4 conversations that offered support without demanding anything in return. The contrast to my family's interactions stuns me. I settle at my desk and draft a response to Dad's text. I need to understand why I wasn't invited to Christmas first. My finger hovers over send for a full minute before I press it. Then silence. An email arrives from Mom 30 minutes later. Subject line, just hoping you'll read this. I open it with trembling hands. Briar, honey, I don't know what's gotten into you. Your father is very upset. We've always been there for you, and now when we need a little help, you're making it difficult. I don't understand why you're bringing up Christmas now. We didn't think it would hurt you this much. Honestly, we thought you were used to it. The world stops turning. Used to it. Those 3 words punch through my chest like bullets. Years of exclusion, years of lies, years of being valued only for my checking account. And they thought I was used to it. I close the laptop and walk to the window. Across the street, a family laughs together in their brightly lit living room. A normal family. A family that wants each other's presence, not just their financial presence. Something hardens inside me, not my heart, my resolve. Tomorrow I start reclaiming my life. Tomorrow I will stop being the family ATM. Tonight I grieve for the family I thought I had. 3 days after the message in the mail at work, Dad's Lincoln Continental sits like a battleship in the visitor parking lot of Axiom Technologies. The sight of it stops me mid-stride. My coffee sloshes against the plastic lid, burning my fingers through the thin paper sleeve. 3 days of silence after my text asking about Christmas, and now this. Not a call, not a response, a surprise ambush at my workplace. Classic Mitchell family conflict resolution. My phone vibrates. Tessa, again. The 8th call since yesterday. I silence it without looking at the screen and straighten my blazer. Inside the lobby, Dad stands with his back to the windows, hands deep in his coat pockets. He wears the camel haircoat I bought him 2 birthdays ago, the one he said was too fancy for Missouri living. His silver hair catches the morning light. The security guard glances between us, recognizing something in our matched stance, the Mitchell family posture, shoulders squared, chin slightly raised. There she is, Dad calls out, voice booming across the polished concrete floor. Heads turn. My brilliant girl. The endearment lands like a stone in my stomach. My brilliant girl, the family bank. Dad, I say, voice steady. This isn't the place. Please leave. His smile falters. Can't a father visit his daughter? Not without calling first. I motion toward the door. I have meetings all morning. 5 minutes, he says, moving closer. Your mother's worried sick. The lie hangs between us, bold and familiar. Mom hasn't called once. Strange way of showing it. I shift my weight, blocking his attempt to steer me toward the seating area. Did you drive 4 hours to avoid texting me back? His laugh comes too loud, too forced. Always so dramatic. Look, we need to talk about the rent. First of the month's coming, and with property taxes due. I sent you a question 3 days ago, I interrupted. My voice drops, cool and precise. Why wasn't I invited to Christmas? The lobby seems to shrink. Dad's smile remains fixed, but his eyes dart to the receptionist, the security guard, anywhere but my face. That's what this is about? Some misunderstanding about Christmas? He reaches for my arm. Sweetheart, we explained. I step back. You lied. I saw the photos. What photos? His hand drops to his side. Instagram. Patricia showed me. The whole family was there. I keep my voice low. Turkey, champagne, Tessa's new dress, some financial hardship. Color rises from his collar. Now listen. No. The word comes out sharper than I intended. I've listened for years. I've sent money for years. I want an explanation. His expression shifts, that familiar transformation from charming father to businessman calculating angles. We thought you were busy. You always work through the holidays. We didn't want to burden you with travel. Another lie. I'd requested vacation days in October, told them 3 times I was coming home. I have a meeting, I say, stepping around him. Don't come to my workplace again. His hand catches my elbow. Briar, we need to discuss the rent. It's due Monday, and with everything that's happened. I look down at his hand, then back at his face. You drove 4 hours to ask for money? The lobby's ambient chatter falls away. Even the guard has stopped pretending not to watch. Family helps family, Dad says, his voice a practiced mixture of firmness and paternal warmth. You've always understood that. I slip my arm free and walk to the security desk. Stephen, my father was just leaving. Could you escort him out? He doesn't have a visitor's pass. Dad's face reddens. Briar Elizabeth Mitchell. I'll call you later, I say, not looking back as I scan my badge at the security gate. The elevator doors can't close fast enough. 10 minutes later, my office feels like a sanctuary. I lock the door, place my coffee on the desk, and sink into my chair. My hands tremble as I pull up my banking app. I force myself to breathe 4 counts in, 4 counts out the way Dr. Marshall taught me. The family financial obligations stare back from my screen like accusations. Dad's rent, $1,150. Auto payment scheduled for the 1st. Family phone plan, $175, due the 7th. Insurance policies, $290, automatic draft on the 15th. Credit card in my name, used by Tessa, $432 current balance. My mouse hovers over each item. The trembling in my hands stops. This isn't personal, I whisper to the empty office. It's business. I start with the phone plan. 4 clicks to cancel automatic payments. 3 more to initiate plan termination. A confirmation message asks if I'm sure. My phone buzzes with a text from Tessa. Dad says you're being ridiculous. After everything we've done for you? I press confirm. Next, the insurance policies. Dad's health supplement. Mom's car insurance that somehow became my responsibility 3 years ago when she couldn't qualify on her own. Tessa's renter's policy. Cancel, cancel, cancel. The credit card takes longer. I request a new card, report the current one stolen, and set up fraud alerts. No more surprise charges for concert tickets or weekend getaways to Chicago. With each cancellation, my breathing steadies. The tightness in my chest loosens. A knock at my door makes me jump. James from legal stands in the hallway, concern etched on his face. Everything okay? Security called up. Said there was a situation with a visitor. I minimize my banking screen. Family stuff, it's handled. James hesitates. Your father, right? Security said he was pretty insistent about staying. He's always insistent. I manage a thin smile. I've got the Hartwell presentation in 20 minutes. I should prepare. Sure, but, James lowers his voice. If you need someone to talk to or any legal advice about financial entanglements, I'm around. The simple offer of help with no strings, no expectations catches me off guard. When was the last time someone offered me support without wanting something in return? Thanks, James. I swallow hard. I might take you up on that. After he leaves, I open a new browser tab and book a one-way flight to Missouri for Friday evening. 3 days from now, I'll walk into the house where I grew up and reclaim what's mine. My college textbooks. My grandmother's recipes. The iPad they're using to monitor my accounts. My phone lights up with a notification. Dad has posted a GoFundMe. Family emergency facing eviction. The description mentions his devoted daughter Sohn struggling with mental health issues, the other selfishly withholding support in their time of need. My name is spelled correctly, so is my employer. I screenshot it, email it to myself, and add it to my growing documentation folder. Then I search for moving companies in Denver, where our company's expanding its operations. I've spent my life being reliable, dependable Briar, family first Briar. Now I'm becoming something else, free. A month later, the late January sun slants through my Denver apartment windows. Boxes line the walls, half unpacked. 3 weeks since I left Austin. 3 weeks of silence on my terms. I adjust my laptop screen and review the PDF one final time. Statement of support, 2021-2023. Clean formatting, professional. Every transaction is meticulously documented with dates, amounts, purposes. Christmas party photos juxtaposed against text messages claiming financial hardship. The cursor hovers over the send button. My throat tightens. I was never your ATM, I was your daughter. The subject line stands stark against the white background. No room for misinterpretation. I press send. The message flies to 4 recipients. Mom, Dad, Tessa, Aunt Dana, the architects of my exclusion. The spinning wheel confirms delivery as I set up automatic replies to their email addresses. Then I power down the laptop and call James. It's done. I tell him, staring out at the unfamiliar Denver skyline. Sent the statement, changed my number, Only gave the new one to you, Eleanor, Dr. Marshall, and my boss. How do you feel? His voice carries from Austin, steady and familiar. Like I just fired clients who never paid their invoices. A laugh escapes me, surprising in its lightness. That's one way to look at it. James pauses. Your dad called the office again yesterday. My stomach clenches. What did he want? Same as before, looking for you. Said it was a family emergency. Let me guess, financial emergency? Didn't say. Sharon told him you no longer work there. My new job starts Monday. Operations director instead of analyst. 20% salary increase. I trace a finger along a cardboard box labeled art supplies. Thank you for telling me, I say. I need to finish unpacking. After we hang up, I check my bank account. For the first time in years, my balance has grown for 3 consecutive weeks. No withdrawals for dad's rent, no transfers for mom's utilities. No emergency fund depletions for Tessa's car. The doorbell rings. Through the peephole, I see a delivery man holding a package. Not a family member. The tension in my shoulders eases as I sign for it. Inside the box, an easel. Cherry wood. Professional grade. The first significant purchase I've made for myself in years. I run my hands over the smooth wood, imagining canvases taking shape with colors I choose. No more navy blue. Mom always pushed navy blue, claiming it was dignified. My fingers itch for crimson, teal, burnished gold. My phone buzzes with texts from Eleanor. Your package arrived? Just now. It's beautiful. Good. Now use it. No excuses. Tonight. Promise. I place the easel by the window where the light hits best. Another text arrives, unknown number with Missouri area code. My father's new cell. Briar, a GoFundMe account is set up. Need you to share with your work friends. Medical bills piling up. Link. Earl. Medical bills. The same excuse he used last February. And June. And October. I screenshot the message, then block the number. The phone rings again 10 minutes later. Another unknown Missouri number. Hello? I answer cautiously. Briar. Mom's voice trembles. Why would you do this? That PDF people are asking questions. Your father can't show his face at church. My gaze falls on the easel. People should ask questions. We're your family. Family doesn't exclude family from Christmas while taking their money. We made one mistake. 48. The number comes automatically. 48 separate financial requests in 24 months, plus monthly support. While telling me you couldn't afford Christmas. Your father has problems. Not my problems anymore. Silence fills the line. Then, so you'll punish us all, even me, after everything I've done for you? The familiar twist in my chest, guilt, obligation rises, then fades. I've memorized this pattern, tracked it like deposits and withdrawals. What exactly have you done for me, Mom? She sputters. I raised you. I made sacrifices. Name one from the past 5 years. The silence stretches longer this time. That's what I thought, I say quietly. Goodbye, Mom. I hang up and block her number too. The afternoon light shifts as I unpack books onto shelves. American classics mixed with art technique guides. A notebook falls out, gift lists from Christmases past. Years of carefully selected presents that matched requested hints. The waffle iron, the headphones, the bourbon. My phone chimes with email notifications. Tessa's subject line, ungrateful bitch. Aunt Dana's, prayer request for troubled Briar. Dad's, explanation required immediately. The automatic replies have gone out. Your email has been received. No response will be forthcoming. Further communications will be archived unread. My fingers don't shake anymore when these messages arrive. Eleanor calls as I'm assembling the easel. Tessa's posting about you on Instagram, she warns. Something about ungrateful siblings who abandon their family. Let her. I tighten a bolt on the easel. How many likes? 3, and 2 are from your parents. I snort. Impressive reach. Her profile went private after I commented asking about the Christmas party. A bubble of laughter rises. You didn't. I absolutely did. Listen, James says your dad started a GoFundMe. Want me to report it? I consider this. No, let people see it. Let them ask why his adult daughter isn't helping anymore. After hanging up, I checked my savings account, the new one, opened in Denver, separate from any accounts my family might know about, the one that will fund my solo trip to Europe next spring. Paris, Florence, Madrid, cities with museums where I'll stand before masterpieces and remember that creation comes after destruction. The doorbell rings again. This time, it's flowers. Vibrant tulips from my new team in Denver. Looking forward to Monday, the card reads. I arrange them on my kitchen counter, opposite the empty space where family photos once stood. My phone buzzes with a text from a blocked number that got through anyway. Tessa, had to get a job at Walmart because of you. Hope you're happy. For the first time in years, I am. I snap a photo of the tulips and my art easel against the Denver sunset. My thumb hovers over the Instagram share button. Not yet. This victory is private, mine alone. Instead, I open a blank canvas, select a brush, and mix the first color. Not navy blue. 3 weeks later, I stand at my kitchen island in Denver, running my fingers along the certified mail envelope. The Missouri return address burns into my vision like a brand. Mom's handwriting, the familiar loops and precise corner transports me back to birthday cards and lunch notes, back before I understood what family really meant. The morning sun pours through floor-to-ceiling windows, casting golden light across my half-unpacked boxes. 3 weeks in Denver, and already this place feels more like home than anywhere I've lived in years. The silence wraps around me like a blanket, no demands, no expectations, no financial emergencies. My phone vibrates against the granite countertop. Dad, again. The 7th voicemail this week, each one traveling the emotional spectrum from tearful apology to thinly veiled threat. Briar, please. We made a mistake. Call us back. Don't you think you're being dramatic? After everything we've done for you? Your mother cries herself to sleep. Is that what you want? I deleted it without listening to today's message. Whatever manipulation tactics he's trying now won't work. Not anymore. The coffee maker hisses and burbles, filling my apartment with the rich aroma of fresh brew. I poured a cup into the ceramic mug I bought at a local art fair last weekend, my first purchase that was purely for pleasure, not necessity. The simple joy of spending $20 without calculating how many meals it could buy my family still feels foreign. I slice open the envelope with a butter knife, careful and precise. The contents slide out. 3 pages of Mom's stationery, the kind she reserves for thank you notes and condolences. How appropriate. The urge to shove it back unread almost wins. But unfinished business has a way of haunting you. Better to read it, process it, and move forward. That's what Dr. Marshall would advise. I unfold the pages and breathe deep. Dearest Briar, I hope this letter finds you well. We received notice of your change of address, and I wanted to reach out one more time. I know things have been difficult, and for that, I'm truly sorry. What happened at Christmas was never meant to hurt you. We simply thought you might enjoy your time in Austin more than coming home to all our drama. You've always been so independent, so capable. Sometimes we forget that you might want to be included. The coffee turns bitter on my tongue. Independent, capable, code words for useful when needed, invisible when inconvenient. Your father has been struggling since you cut us off financially. His blood pressure medication isn't covered by insurance anymore, and Tessa had to drop 2 classes this semester because we couldn't afford the tuition. I'm not telling you this to make you feel guilty. I just want you to understand the impact of your sudden decision. My laugh echoes in the empty apartment. Suddenly, years and almost $40,000 later, she calls my decision sudden? I flip to the 2nd page. We miss you terribly. The house feels empty without your calls and texts. Tessa asks about you every day. She regrets the things she said on social media. She was hurt and lashing out. Your Aunt Dana even mentioned you at church last Sunday during prayer requests. The whole congregation is concerned about you. Of course they brought the church into this. Nothing like a little public shaming to attempt to bring the prodigal daughter back into the fold. The final page holds the heart of it all. We're family, Briar. That means something. Whatever mistakes we've made, whatever misunderstandings have occurred, blood remains thicker than water. Can't we start over? Your father suggests we all attend family counseling, just a few sessions to clear the air. All we're asking is for you to call us. Open the door to communication again. We promise things will be different this time. Your father wanted me to remind you that your grandma's birthday is next month. She's turning 82 and it might be her last. She asks about you constantly. Please don't let pride keep you from the people who love you most in this world. With all my heart. Mom. P.S. I've enclosed a check for $200. It's not much, but it's a start toward paying you back. We know we can never repay everything, but we want to try. I turn the envelope upside down. No check falls out. The familiar rage builds in my chest, hot and cleansing. Not because they're still lying, I expected that, but because they still think I'm stupid enough to believe them. I walk to my laptop on the coffee table, open my email, and start a new message. I attach the PDF I created weeks ago, all 37 pages of financial records, screenshots, and evidence of their manipulation. The file I titled Statement of Support, 2021-2023, in professional impersonal lettering. 2. FamilyMitchell@gmail.com. CC, TessaMitchell@gmail.com, DanaWilliams@gmail.com. Subject, Terms of Future Contact. I add a single paragraph. I received your letter. There was no check enclosed. I'm not surprised. Attached is the documentation of our financial relationship over the past 3 years. I've set clear boundaries about what I need from each of you before any contact resumes. 1. Individual therapy for a minimum of 6 months with receipts as proof. 2. A full written accounting of every lie you've told me. And 3. No financial requests for a period of 5 years. You have 30 days to acknowledge these terms. After that, this email address will be deactivated. I press send before I can reconsider, before the old guilt can resurface. The whoosh of the email departing feels like chains breaking. My phone buzzes again almost immediately. Unknown Missouri number. Not Dad's cell. Not Mom's. Possibly Tessa using a friend's phone to bypass my blocks. I stare at the screen, finger hovering over the answer button. Years ago, I would have answered instantly, heart racing with anxiety about what new crisis awaited me. The phone continues to vibrate against my palm. Answer or let it go to voicemail? The choice is entirely mine. A year later, the smell of pine and cinnamon filled my Denver apartment, so different from the hollow silence of last Christmas. I adjusted the handmade wreath on my door crafted during a workshop at the local art center and surveyed the space I'd claimed as mine. No longer the sparse refuge I'd escaped to, my living room bloomed with color. Teal throw pillows brightened the cream sofa. A massive canvas dominated one wall, my first completed painting since college, a landscape of Rocky Mountains at sunrise. 3 more leaned against the dining area wall, tagged for tomorrow's gallery showing. Need help with anything else? James called from the kitchen, the sleeves of his flannel shirt pushed up as he arranged a cheese board. Just grab that box of ornaments, I answered, pointing to the collection I'd started in July, each one selected because it sparked joy, not obligation. My phone buzzed on the coffee table. I glanced at the screen, tensing from old habits, then relaxing. Just a text from Eleanor wishing me luck with tonight's dinner party. 1 year, 12 months since I'd made the hardest and best decision of my life. I pulled a worn journal from the bookshelf and flipped through the milestones. February 1st therapy session without crying. April promotion to senior analyst. May solo trip to the Italian coast. October submitted paintings to a local gallery. December 1st Christmas hosting friends. The doorbell chimed, sending Jasper, my recently adopted corgi, into a spinning frenzy of excitement. Easy, buddy. I scratched behind his ears. These are friends, not threats. I opened the door to Margot, my art instructor, holding a bottle of Cabernet and wearing a hand-knit scarf in brilliant orange. First one here, she announced, stepping inside and hugging me tight. The place looks amazing. Thanks for coming. My voice no longer cracked when accepting kindness. The apartment filled quickly, coworkers from my Denver office, neighbors from down the hall, fellow artists from the local studio. Their voices created a tapestry of warmth that wrapped around me. Speech, Marcus called as we gathered around the table laden with dishes everyone had contributed. I stood, wine glass in hand, no trembling fingers this time. Last Christmas, I sat alone in Austin, surrounded by gifts for people who'd excluded me from their lives while taking everything I could give. I paused, letting the truth settle rather than hiding it. Tonight, I'm surrounded by people who want nothing from me except my company. Glasses raised around the table. No one rushed to fill the silence after my words. The turkey wasn't on grandmother's silver platter. The ornaments weren't family heirlooms. The people weren't bound to me by blood. Yet the warmth in the room felt more authentic than anything I'd known in Missouri. Later, after dishes were cleared and guests departed with leftovers, James lingered by the door. "Proud of you, Mitchell," he said, using my last name as he had since our days as co-workers in Austin. "For hosting dinner? For rebuilding," he gestured around the apartment, "for not letting them take everything." After he left, I stood by the window overlooking downtown Denver, where lights sparkled against the dark mountain silhouette. A Missouri number appeared on my phone mom's monthly attempt at contact. I watched it ring, no longer feeling the gravitational pull to answer immediately. Last Christmas, I had lost a family. This Christmas, I found one. And the silence that once felt like punishment now sounded exactly like peace.